Welcome back to our YouTube channel. My name is Tammo from Find a Job in Germany. Hey, Raul.
How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking.
Hey, everyone.
Today we are talking about what skills do I need to bring to the table to land a job in Germany. And we will show you one concrete example how you can check if you are a good fit for the role and how to prepare for that. First of all, before we do that, Raul, what, in general, what would you say, what is the process to check if you have the right skills for the job market?
So based on our experience doing thousands of interviews for companies with coaches, etc., you want to understand that if you know for what kind of position you have applied, you already make a difference. Meaning you should always know the company. You should know the job description and you should know their products. And I think that is already a big important aspect that many of you guys simply underestimate. So do your research no matter what, if you are a Java developer, if you are a mechanical engineer, whatever, you want to make sure that you have good understanding about the company and their products.
Exactly. You said it, we did. I don't know how many interviews I did in my life with people and so on. So usually it's always the 3-4 common mistakes people do, and this is what you said. People not prepared for the interview, they don't know about the company they are applying for, right? And then as well, it's a lot about communication difficulties. So a lot of people underestimate how important communication and soft skills are in the interview process in Germany. So especially people applying from other countries all over the world, like in Asian countries, for example, there the recruiting process is totally different. So here in Germany, usually the first round is an HR round. And that means HR will mostly ask you, see if you're a good fit to the job, and they will check if you're a good fit to the team and company culture.
So it's not only about language, which is English. It's still very important that you have a very, very good English level, but it's really about the cultural setting as well. Do you fit as a team player to that company as well?
Exactly. So that's the first thing we noticed, right? If you don't get this presentation skills right, this communication skills right, that research, if you don't get that right, you will be rejected in the first round itself. Let us deep dive a little bit about technical expertise you need to bring to the table, and we show you on one example, which we have here. You will see the job description now for a senior Java position, how you can evaluate and what you need to prepare for the interview process. Raul?
Yeah. So let us have a look at it. You see that usually that the must-haves criteria are always on top. So whatever is up, it's usually more or most important and then ranked. But you will understand also the pattern, what is there when you compare other job descriptions. Here you see, for example, that for a Java developer, backend developer, Spring Boot is must-have. Yeah? So you really need to show that you have years of experience working with Spring Boot. And in the next word, it's microservices. So you should be able to create microservices with Spring Boot, and this is something that you really have to prove during the interview, that you are able to increase scalability, that you have created and built high performance for this case data processing environment. So you need to position you exactly towards the position and prove it by your skill set.
Yeah, and not only this, I think Raul is completely right. Java, Spring Boot, microservices, that is standard. That is what you need to showcase. To be an ideal match for this position, you need to showcase, not only in your CV, but later on then also in the interview process, that you have worked in high-performance data processing environments. Ideally, you even use these words when you explain your previous projects and you explain the challenges you solved, because in the end, the company is hiring you for solving problems. And if you can demonstrate that you have solved exact similar problems like they have before, you are hired. Let us move to the next step, application development. Rob, what can we say about that?
Yeah, I think here it's something very important, which you, for this bullet point, but in general, this proven expertise is very, again, important. And that is maintaining REST APIs, building REST APIs, show it that you have used it from scratch, and that, again, in the right environment, yeah, with the data processing applications. Yeah, so this is really, really important. And if we move on,
And also one thing, using messages brokers. So if you have not used different messages brokers, I don't know what they're using. They're using Kafka. They said later on, they mentioned it in the nice to have section, but even if they mention it in the nice to have section here, if you need to have good experience in message brokers, if you have not worked with Kafka or Flink before, you will not be hired.
yeah, and the same goes also for Kubernetes. If they talk about microservice and Kubernetes is listed in the job description, you know that is going to be the standard, yeah? Or they are about to work and integrate it even more.
Exactly. I think the rest is pretty much standard.
It
right?
is standard, but you should never underestimate the fact that clean code principles and unit testing practices is in Germany must have. No matter, doesn't matter for what kind of position, front end, back end, full stack, whatever. Clean code testing must have.
Exactly. So that job description summarizes pretty well, like what you need to bring to the table from a meta point of view: clean code, communication. Like here, they even mentioned collaboration, strong communication skills. If it says that, it's not just that they write it for fun. You really need to bring that to the table. Yeah. For the rest, again, read between the lines, right? As Raul and I did. Not only check Java Spring Boot, check in what kind of environment are they using that. If they're speaking about message brokers, what kind of message brokers? You as an international applicant, not being in Germany, yeah, for you it's not enough to just fulfill the must-haves. You need to fulfill everything, nice-haves as well. If you do not fulfill at least, I would say 90% of those requirements, and if you don't reflect this in your CV, first of all, you're not going to be invited for an interview, and secondly, if you get to an interview, you'll be rejected in the first round itself. Unfortunately, it is like this. If you're applying as an international applicant, you need to be top-notch.
Yeah, that's pretty much. So you should always analyze the job description before you enter the interview. Give yourself time to research about the company, the job descriptions, and their products, and then make sure that you position you correctly during the interview and nail it.
Yeah. One last thing maybe as well, if you look at the responsibility section, ownership. We see a lot of people working, especially in bigger companies and in your multinational companies where you have a team of everything. They're not used to work in the complete development cycle from production until deployment. In most German companies, like in this company, it's a small and medium-sized company, so you need to be able to do everything. There is not going to be a separate DevOps team. So you need to be able to write your code, to deploy your code, the full circle. And this is what they mean with ownership as well. So be ready to demonstrate this as well. To sum it up, Raul, what would you say is the biggest challenge people face before the interview process or even to get interview processes?
To really get it down, people face difficulties or facing challenges in position them correctly, making them a match during the interview process. That, of course, starts already with the right CV. And then doing the interviews also from a cultural perspective, like work environment, cultural perspective, but also matching the tech skills towards each job description out there. And that seems to be one of the biggest challenge for internationals to understand what the market really is asking for.
Exactly. Thanks for watching. I hope that really helps you. If you want to have help in this journey, if you are interested to move to Germany, if you want to get a better understanding how German companies evaluate you, get in touch with us. We have been in this marketing for years and years. We have helped hundreds and thousands of people moving here. Watch the video training, which you see below this video. Book a get-to-know call. We assess your profile, and then we're going to help you on your complete journey to move to Germany. Thanks for watching. Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Bye
Take
bye.
care.
Ciao.